Good morning, everyone, and also good afternoon, depending on your time zone. My name is Rejoice Sowusu, and today I am going to be moderating our conversation around how does your well-being impact your professional life. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Eric, and also we have a privilege of speaking with Keen, who will be joining our conversation pretty soon. But before we start, I would love for Eric to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about his background. And then I will also have an opportunity to introduce Umata Consulting and what we do for our clients. And then we'll start asking some questions and have a fantastic time getting to know each other and also understanding how wellness impact our overall well-being. So, Eric, if you don't mind, could you please introduce yourself and tell us why you are interested in this topic?
Hi, hi everyone. I'm actually running my own independent consultancy advisory. Uh, the segment that I'm in is mainly in finance, and also we do M&A work. Uh, let's say a merger acquisition of businesses, and anything under the spectrum of finance. So, uh, we do capital, we raise capital for various purposes, like example, operating costs. We do short-term loans. Uh, we do depending on how we structure the capital. So it could be trade, finance. Uh, yeah, so working with various partners. So I do a lot of business development for clients and also for partners, or strategic partners that are resource based to provide solutions, a lot of bespoke solutions to our clients' requirements. Yeah, so that's a nutshell. On this topic, I think wellness is everything. So yeah, we tend to take for granted uh, until we realize it affects us, and it affects us generally, and it's also our general life, and also then and together you affect our performance, I guess, in personal or work. So I think it's very very important to understand and to practice. Yep. So that's my share.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much for your intro and telling us how you're interested in this topic. I definitely can understand where your passion is coming from. And just for our viewers to be aware, you're speaking with us all the way from Singapore. So appreciate you for making time to speak with us in the US, in Africa, in Canada, wherever our viewers are coming from. It's a pleasure to speak with you. Now, to just describe Umata Consulting a little bit, Umata Consulting, we are a human resources consulting firm that support our clients, our business clients like Eric, and also his clients in their HR needs. So, what are their HR needs? It could be talent acquisition, it could be payroll management, benefits administration, or training and development, or even coaching and giving folks an opportunity to improve the skill sets that they would like to harness in. So, with further ado, if you are interested in Umata Consulting and would like to learn more about what we do, please visit our website or send us an email from our YouTube channel, and we are more than happy to speak with you today. So, Eric, our first question for you, we would love to learn a little bit. Are your clients global or are they specifically in Singapore where you are currently?
It's cross border, so I have clients in around Asia. Uh, Quite a number from China because there's a lot of outflow of capital coming out from China. Also India, once in a not so much in India, but uh, yeah, we are seeing more inquiries coming from there over time. and also we have our partners in Middle East, in Dubai. Uh, that helps to serve sometimes some business from Africa. Yeah. So we are and also we have partners in Hong Kong. So I'll say uh, three of these major financial centers in this part of the world. Yeah. So yeah. So Asia is definite, but uh, there's a lot of movement coming down from China into various parts of Asia. Uh, yeah. So uh, different hub address different continents because Dubai is always addressing the African continent. So, like I said, yeah, a lot of cross-border work. Yeah.
Exactly. Phenomenal. Awesome. We're happy to hear that. I think the world is becoming a global space, a global market. So, our first question for you, how does prioritizing personal wellness, including physical health, mental wellness, and leisure time, contribute to a well-balanced and productive life?
Wow. I wasn't that aware when I was much younger. I mean, I'm 52 this year, so I didn't actually. I wasn't very mindful. I would say until almost 8 to 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years. So I know we always have this idea that we just have to work hard and that's our priority. But when I start to realize some of my peers having health issue at the age of I'm about 40 onwards, I mean, like you hear very scary. I will use the words scary stories of people having heart issues, stroke at the age of mid 40s. So it was a wake up call, uh, and I took a sabbatical because one of my business kind of like got affected about 10 years ago. And that's where I look into health, and that's where I start to set some discipline, be more aware of how you're going to manage your health, and it does affect your performance because hey, it's just like a car, right? Uh, you can't just keep moving without checking on without maintaining it. I would say. So just imagine our body is our health is just like the health of a vehicle. It can't just ramp it all the time and give this. And eventually it's a major breakdown and then it's going to be it's going to be tough to try to rectify it. So I guess about 10 years ago I became aware and I'm very mindful about it now. Yeah, that's a short answer. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, especially people who are entering the workforce right now, learning from someone who's been in the workforce, an experienced person, learning that this is important and definitely needs to be mindful of is important as well. And how would you describe maintaining good physical health? Like, what do you do to maintain a good physical health and your ability to sleep
I
impacts
think
your mental capacity?
okay. I mean, there's a big trend now. A lot of people are going towards the health conscious pathway, and they're subscribing to being a member of the gym, community of the gym, and they attend various classes. They start lifting weights and all that. Uh, which is good, but I think we just to me I find that I like to find a very simple, sustainable discipline. And it's very simple. We're not trying to build or bulk up our body too much and all that, but we just want to do some body weight exercise and at least have some muscles, you see, to be able to function. As you age, your muscles start to deteriorate. So, and that affects your function. So it's all about addressing being functional, not about bulking up, uh, for the aesthetic. Uh, it's really like I don't think I put a lot of emphasis on, let's say I have to go to the gym for an hour or half an hour. I don't have that. I just do like 3 times a week. Uh, Sometimes if I can be more disciplined, 5 times a week in the morning, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of body weight exercise. So just to have some muscle to function. Uh, so it's very it's simple enough for me to have no excuse but to be consistent, right? And yeah, I think walks are a very good way of doing things. It's so simple. It doesn't cost you an arm or a leg. You just put your sneaker and there you go, right? I used to cycle a lot. I spent a lot of money on cycling, the gears and all that because during my sabbatical, it was hardcore. I could do like oh, 300 kilometers a week, 250 miles, 200 miles, you know. It takes out about 10 hours. It's 10 hours riding on the saddle. We call it saddle time. Every week, 10 hours. But I had time. I was on a sabbatical for almost 2 to 3 years. Uh, so I enjoy it. But then after a while, when I really came out of sabbatical, I think I can't manage that anymore. So I had to think of something else that's manageable. So I decided to go for my walks, right? So I believe in consistency, sustainability, something that is dummy dummy proof. All you have to do is do something that you don't really have to think. You don't have to put too much effort, but it's effective. Yeah. So that's body weight exercise and walks. Yep. So that's what I'm doing now.
Awesome, awesome. I love your emphasis on making sure your muscles are engaged as people continue to age. It's so important that there are some parts of your body, if they're not consistently engaged, like for the folks who we sit all day for work, you could be getting some of that back pain, if you're not stretching in the morning, like you said, or walking. That could definitely impact the way your movements are occurring. Do you feel that someone who engage in physical activities like walking, or doing some sort of yoga or meditation could have a better clarity in terms of how they do work in the workplace versus someone who
Oh,
does not?
definitely it does. Definitely. There's a 110%. Definitely. Because you are able to distress. You are giving yourself time to chill, to step back, to slow down. All right, all this helps. And because we are in a pressure cooker most of the time. You know what I mean? Because of all the stress and if you keep on going that way, it's like a rubber band waiting to snap. So these are there are many ways of people will find different habits to chill out, right? Chill out, take a break. Could be going to the bar, having a drink, or a healthier way uh, to distress, or it's a habit. It's a habit, right? To go for a walk or go for exercise or walk the dog, whatever. Uh, or you can have your own. It's like I would say, what habit do you want? Imagine every day at 7 or let's say 8 p.m. and you have 1 hour, 8 to 9 or 8 to 10. That's your personal happy hour, right? So for that 2 hours or 1.5 hours, what do you want to do What kind of habit do you want to choose to deem that it makes you happy? It could be ending up opening a bottle of wine. It could be ending up walking the dog. It could be ending up going for a run. It could end up, God knows, snacking or playing computer game. So it's a matter of choice of your habit. I mean, humans are habitual animals, right? And what kind of discipline do you want to choose? What kind of healthy, I would use the word healthy discipline that it, it enhance your body, it enhance your mind, so you can be sharp. Because mental sharpness is very important. I mean, and that's like it sharpens your instinct, right? Which is very important because you are doing so many things and all that. And yeah, it's 110%. It's a must. It's a must. For me, it's a must. That's my
Awesome.
take.
I love that. I really love what you said about the sharpness and being sharp. It has nothing to do with age, etc. Being able to move your body definitely helps with your mental capacity. Now, going along with that, could you please discuss the relationship between emotional well-being and professional success? How does emotional intelligence influence interactions with colleagues, decision making, and leadership abilities?
Let me think of a way. Okay. Okay. Let me use the word. Start with leadership. All right. Emotional intelligence in leadership is very important, extremely, because I think I like what I heard and learned from Simon Sinek about leadership, true leadership, and I subscribe to that. And what did I subscribe to based on Simon Sinek? Is as a leader of a team, our job as a leader is to maintain and is to create and maintain a proper environment for the team to perform. All right. The role of a leader is not to go and micromanage the team because they have the skill set we do not have. That's why you employ a team. All right. So your door is open for them to come and tell you, hey, this environment, I can't work in this environment, or I can't work because of certain conditions. And your job is to straight iron that out. Of course, it's not everything they they, 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 they complain. I use the word complain. It's justifiable, and that's where your IQ and your EQ comes into play because as you know, you have to assess the situation and come out or might not need to actually. Sometimes you don't need a solution. Sometimes you just need time. You know, and emotional intelligence helps everybody to be authentic. Encourages it encourages everyone to be sincere because whether you like it or not, where there's human, there's politics. So emotional intelligence helps in managing the politics, minimizing the negative politics. All right, and as a leader, you have to have a sharp IQ, but you can't know everything. You are leveraging on your team, but you need to be able to assess. You need to be able to suss out, and then where the EQ come into play is how you want to approach it. Okay, for example, when you want to speak or address something, when you want to speak, First, you have to know whether it's the truth. Okay, you just don't hear one side of the story and you don't hear the other side, and you don't fact find, right? And then the next thing you say, okay, so it's the truth. Then you ask yourself, how is it going to add value? All right. Once you say, okay, you know what value is about, what kind of value is it? Then you ask, is it at this moment, is it necessary? There's a timing to everything. All right. So it checks all these three boxes. The next thing, the last part is how you can articulate it kindly, using kindness as your approach. Because if you're going to antagonize and without kindness, then the approach is going to be rough, and then you might get a negative reaction. So all this, I think, is part of emotional intelligence. Yeah. Does that answer your question? I mean,
Oh, definitely. You've given us a ton of nuggets into leadership development, and I think your answers were phenomenal. I really did appreciate hearing you say that as a leader, you really have to respond from a place of kindness. And I also love what you said in regards to if you want to be a leader and you're leading people, you want to make sure that you are creating an environment where people can thrive. And if there are any obstacles that are in the way, you have to find a way to definitely alleviate that for the people that work for you. I think that's excellent. And emotional intelligence and EQ definitely work hand in hand, as you mentioned. And I feel like your answers definitely give us a good sense of how wellness can impact your emotional intelligence. If you're not taking care of your wellness, probably that's going to be impacted, which you will eventually take out on your team, and you may not get a good response from your team. Going along with emotional intelligence, the next question for you, Eric: how does a strong sense of personal well-being contribute to resilience? The ability for someone to be resilient. How does a professional well-being, contributes to being resilient when facing challenges and adapting to changes in the work environment?
I think I like endurance sports, and when I see somebody doing endurance sports, I have so much respect for them because it's not just a short-term race; it's a marathon, right? It's endurance, and I love to use sports as an analogy because when I started cycling, I mean, I was starting from scratch. So I have to learn how to cycle. I have to learn how to pace myself. I have to learn how to cycle in a group so that I don't create accident because I'm on the road with various vehicles sharing the road and riding with other riders in a peloton, we call it. All right. A split of a moment, a split second of negligence can cause the whole peloton to crash. I mean, I've witnessed out of a peloton of 20 cyclists, 20 bikes, I've witnessed a crash of 10 or half of the peloton gone in front of me, just a split second. So we are trained over time from the start. It's like you're a baby learning to walk, right? So in the beginning, you have to put in that commitment. And I woke up because we used to cycle. I'm using this as an example. Maybe then you can get some nuggets of it. In the week, during the weekdays, I do that 3 times during the weekdays, alternate weekdays, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. At 3 a.m. 3:45 a.m. I'll wake up. I'll prepare myself, and I'll meet up at about 10 minutes right from my place. There's a meeting point. At 5 a.m., I'll be there at 4:45 at the meeting point at 5 a.m. We call that we always call it that's a train. It's a train. The train will move off at 5 a.m. and we have like 20 riders every morning. We will ride from 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. By 7:30, I'll be home to avoid the morning traffic. So that's the discipline you have to commit and to learn and to build your fitness. You can't jump off. You can't jump from a slow train to a fast train. You will kill yourself without the fitness. You will have a heart attack. Trust me. Your breath is all over the place. Your rhythm is out. You're gasping for air. Your heart rate is above 180. Okay, and your decision making goes all over the place, and that's where accident happens. Bones will break. I've seen people face plant onto the road. The teeth gone, missing, facial. That bad. I'm not kidding you. All right. There's no protection in cyclists. It's just we are protected by our lycra, I call it. So what I'm trying to say is, in sports, there's no shortcut. You want to perform to a certain level, you want to enjoy, you will wake up no matter how tired you are. Like people doing Ironman, triathlon, I have a lot of respect for them. My friends doing that, I have a lot of respect for them. That kind of commitment. So that helps you to understand resilience. We have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of fantastic ideas. A lot of potential. But I think something that we forget and we miss a lot. I like this word. Above all, you need this word. It's called grit. Grit. A lot of success is based on grit. Look at Elon Musk. A very good example. He's very focused. He has a vision. It's not about money to him. He almost lost everything at one point. He had to borrow back and steal to maintain his project. He slept on the floor. He slept in his office. He slept at the factory. I think there's a lot of greed. A lot. And that's resilience. I encourage sports, endurance sports. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Good points. Thank you so much. Uh, One of the things about resilience is sometimes it's so easy for people to feel like giving up, especially when family life is becoming demanding and so forth. It's very easy for someone to give up and want to leave that type of environment. So definitely true. Awesome, awesome. Can I ask you a question, Eric? Do you feel that your sense of wellness comes from your culture, or it comes from your values that your parents instilled in you, in terms, and also your resilience and your ability to continue to take care of yourself so your business can also thrive? Is that because of your culture, or is it because of your family values that was instilled in you, or the lessons you learned from being a business owner or developer?
I I don't think it's so much of a culture. I think it's very individual. Uh, I mean, what inspired me and what motivated me was, sadly, I saw my parents getting sick. I was in my 40s, midlife. Uh, I had to witness a care took for my mom when she had cancer for about 2 years. So I kind of like slowed my career down, really, about slow it down more than 50%. My priority then was to take care of her and make sure she goes into remission, right? So it was 2 years. So during that, being a caretaker to my mom, accompanying her for treatment and all that, I was in an environment where I witnessed sick, illness in the hospital, in the treatment centers, everywhere, and the cost of it is crazy. It's not just about financial cost; it's about opportunity cost. I have to slow down my career, right? And there's a lot of intangible costs, not just about financial. There's a lot of stress. So I asked myself, I was in 2008. So how old was I? I was close to 40. Yeah, coming 40. And that was another wake up call. But then I didn't put any effort into it because I was still busy. My lifestyle, when I came back, I do my work, my trading, and all that. My environment did not allow or do not give me the window or the space to be healthy, to practice healthy habits. But that notion started, I was so aware I was witnessing all this, and it was terrifying. In a sense, it was terrifying because you start to figure out, wow, this is going to cost you this. Everything lay up right in front of you. But I didn't put in much effort. But it was already on the back of my mind. Uh, then after my mom was in remission, about another 4 years down the road, she started early dementia. Okay, that was just before my trading business got hit and all that. So when the trading business got hit, and I really, my health, my whole lifestyle was messed up, really messed up. And that that failure in the business allowed me to have a sabbatical. And from the sabbatical, I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time, and I finally have that window and no more excuses not to address issues like that about health and wellness, and to mitigate issues of chronic disease. And that made me adopt and subscribe to a certain level of discipline to address all these issues. So in a nutshell, that's how I came to it. It wasn't the culture or anything. It wasn't my parents or anything. It was me witnessing and finally putting the hammer down and get something done about it. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Definitely, the cost of healthcare is definitely high, and even I love how you describe also the stress. The mental stress people are going to encounter as you are trying to take care of your loved ones or even yourself. So all of that ties in to help shape someone's mindset and how they think about overall wellness. And as I've known you for a while online now and so forth, and I've come to understand that your health is important to you. As some of the messages you sent me, the meditation, the thinking process, exercising, I can tell that that's really important to you, and that's something that you would want us to be aware of, especially for the folks who are developing early in their career, to be mindful of that idea. So awesome. Thank you so much, Eric. In connection with that question, could you please explore the connection between wellness, well-being, and a relaxed mind? How is wellness connected to someone who needs to have a relaxed mind? and increase their creativity and innovation in terms of solving problems in a professional setting.
I think, I mean, whatever we do healthily, or like a meditative form of exercise. It could be cooking. I mean, it's not even walking. It could be like my wife is the way she relax. She does miniature. She buy the miniature, and at one point of time, she finished so many projects, and we were lacking of space to showcase the miniature. And luckily, she stopped. Right, luckily we were running out of space, but it was a challenge for her. Just like doing a puzzle, right? So it doesn't need to be a walk or anything. Something that take you out from being stuck in that stress, right? Because you're stuck when you are stressed and you keep hammering and hammering that wall, right? It just doesn't. You can't find that little hole to break down that wall, right? And you get stuck there, you get anxious, and you get worked up, you get annoyed. You get short tempered, right? Because your emotions and the ball sometimes you want to hold on to it, you just don't want to let go, and you get stuck in it. The ball, you can't find the solution, right? It's just this tug of war going on. So sometimes it's good to just throw it aside, right? I give an example. I just came from a art. I went to a museum with my wife today, and I was introduced to this artist from two artists from Australia and Singapore. Uh, it was during one of the events. So the exhibitions, the art piece is still there. So I brought my wife down. And this artist of his name is Andy Young. He said concurrently he will have five paintings of his work. Somehow concurrently he's working on them. So when he does something this one and he gets stuck, except the first painting, he cannot, he doesn't waste time and get stuck and keep banging on it. He go to the next one, he go to the next one, go to the next one. And then eventually, maybe after a while, or I don't know what's the timeline, but you just come back and then while doing this one, suddenly he had an idea just suddenly come to him, and then he went back to the first one. But if he was to get stuck on the first one and just sat there and try to break through, right? Just our and life is sometimes like that. You just have to change the environment, right? And that's how epiphany come into play, right? You just have to change the environment. Go for a walk, go for a drink, take a break, go travel. 2 days, go to the go to the mountains or whatever, and you are so relaxed when you don't try so hard to think about it. The epiphany will just come to you. Hey, I, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but sometimes we just need to learn how to let go and learn how to breathe.
Exactly, exactly. It's a really good point that you're making. Changing environment can sometimes give you a new idea. You get clarity, and just let it go, like you said, let it go.
Yeah,
And it definitely helps. It helps you interact a little bit better. You feel a little bit better too when you sort of let things go. And
you'll find when you let it go and you go to a place of quietness or whatever, you change the environment.
mm,
You just find back the rhythm, which you lost
right.
it while you're trying to bang on. You have no flow at all.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Which the world is already stressed enough. So
So
if you
you
add
just
more stress.
You lost your flow. Let it be. Let it go. Fine. Go do something else, and the flow will come back to you, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Great points on that. Great point. We know, going along with that, how does individual well-being or individual wellness impact team dynamics and collaboration in the workplace? Do you feel like discuss stress, burnout, and personal fulfillment of the team if someone is taking care of their health?
Of course, I mean, it's like, you're a football team and everybody needs to be top form. And when you're top form, you're fit, you're rested well, your energy level is high, your contribution will be good, right? Effective, right? They say the team is as strong as the weakest link, right? So sometimes we need to encourage each other. We watch each other. Sometimes we take turn to fall sick. So if someone falls sick, say, hey, go and rest and come back well. Don't hang around with the weakest link because it's not going to help. It's going to jeopardize, right? So we encourage each other. So yeah, it's important to work in a team, to care as a team. To fall sick, everybody take their own turn to fall sick. Not everybody fall sick at one time, right? To cover each other. I think it's important. And to be honest, sometimes all we need to know, sometimes it's our responsibility as a friend, as a person, to ask the other party, like, hey, Rejoice, what's up, man? How are you? How are you feeling? Are you okay? If I don't ask, you won't shit. You won't come and say, oh, tired and all that. But it's checking in, right? It's just simple. It's like, are you okay?
Exactly.
No, I'm not too well. But so you ask the next question, what can I do for you?
Exactly.
That's the support, right?
Mhm.
You don't ask, you don't know. They don't say, nobody knows.
And everybody keeps moving with their work.
Yeah. So it's good to check in and good to voice it out there. But I mean, it has to be sincere, right? Really, it has to be
Exactly.
honest and sincere, not taking advantage.
Exactly. Not only when you need someone. How are you doing today? By the way,
It's
I
like,
need that email from you. Or can you
no,
send me
straight. If that's the person that come to you, your first response will be cut to the chase.
Exactly. Exactly. What do you need? You start to build a reputation around, oh, she only asks me how am I doing when she wants something from me, or he only asks how are you doing when he wants a report from you, or so forth. So you get to build a reputation around whether you care or you don't really care.
No, you understand individuals' pattern. Everybody has a pattern,
Yes.
right? If
Yes.
among friends you have a pattern. In family you have a pattern. Every one of us has a pattern. You observe the pattern. You study people, observe pattern. The pattern
Mm.
don't lie. It doesn't lie. It's a habit,
Exactly. Exactly. Good points. So
right?
thank you so much, Eric. Sorry, I know Prince just came in the studio, so I just want to see if he can introduce himself. He would like to add something. I know we're getting towards the end of our conversation. We still have a few more questions I would like to ask before we end today. And for our folks listening live today, if you have a question that we have not addressed, please don't hesitate to share your question so I can ask, so we can get an answer. If you don't ask, we don't get an answer today. So, Prince, are you there?
100%. Good afternoon from here.
Good
Uh,
afternoon. Good afternoon.
oh, yeah, I've been struggling with coming into Lincoln, so apology to everyone that is listening. My name is Prince Adeye Sheoloa, as you can see on the screen, maybe, and project retail management expert. I have over 15 to 20 years experience in retail management, both in Nigeria and in the UK, and currently I'm a security expert at the moment, and I've wealth of experience in whatever question you want to ask relating to management. So that's just me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Prince, and appreciate you making it in. I know sometimes technology could be a little bit challenging for us as we're all navigating together. Our question, I guess, we didn't get a chance to ask you. Why do you think wellness is important for professional growth in any career that someone is in? Why do they have to take care of their well-being?
Um, Happy worker increase productivity. If you are not all right, there is probability of you polluting the other workers in the company or become toxic. When you are bitter, you can't be better. So when you're not in a right frame of mind, yeah, everything about you is negative. There is no way the productivity will not be affected. Yeah. So when you're not happy, there is probability of you sending yourself into a slow mode or slow mode, I will call it. You want to be reserved, and that will lead to depression, and depression will lead to something else, and you begin to isolate yourself from the group, and there's probability of you not being part of the team. When you are not working as a team, you work as a lone ranger or as an individual. Definitely you are not part of the teams, and your impact will not be felt positively within the team, and that will affect the productivity. Yeah. So taking care of your well-being emotionally will affect the physical. Yeah. And that will impact others. They said, merry hearts do it good than a medicine. When you are happy, people will be attracted to you. When you smile, people will be attracted to you. But when you are angry, you are aggressive, you are not approachable. There's probability of that affecting productivity, and making mistake at that particular point in time is, you cannot deny it or run away from it. Yeah. When you're happy, productivity can go high, and there is probability of higher retention by the company. Yeah. When you are good, you are okay, you are happy within and without, people will normally comes to you for assistance, for help. If they are struggling with things, it will be easier for them to approach you. Yeah, that's how I will simply put that. Happiness increase productivity, either within or without. When you are not happy, it is a negative impact. You are already negative on yourself. You are minus. So you now bringing that to the place of work. You you will destroy the mood of others. When you talk negative, 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 everybody buy that idea of negativity, the business is going down. You are aggressive towards one customer because of the mood, the bad mood you are. You chase 1,000 customers away. And 1,000 customers say 10,000 customers away. 10,000 customers chase away 10 million customers. Your business is going down the drain. But when you are happy, you are able to sustain, make other customers happy. You smile, you ask about their welfare, they're happy to come back again to come and see you. It boosts the morals of others within the team, and it increase the sales margin of that particular company. You are the image of the company you are working with. Whatever you say or you do will impact that company. That's how I will tackle that question. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Prince, for that contribution. Awesome. Well said. Do you have any suggestions on what people can do to improve their wellness? What kind of activities that you do or you know of other people do that help them to have a positive mindset or mood when they are at work? Are you there, King? Or Prince, can you hear me? I'm not sure if we have lost him. Okay, great. So we're gonna come to Eric then, as we're waiting to see if he will hear us next. So, Eric, back to
I am
you.
I am here.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. Did you hear the last question?
Yeah, I heard the
Oh,
question,
okay.
but you can repeat it again. You can repeat the
Perfect.
question.
Awesome. So the question is, what kind of suggestions do you offer to someone, or what do you do to maintain your well-being, or what kind of exercises or activities do you recommend people should do so they can
When
be happy
when
at
you
work?
thank you for the question. When you feel burnout, you are about losing it. Discuss with your manager. Take a break. Take a break to cool off. Every one of us has a mental illness in us. How you manage yourself will determine the next level of where you will attain. Every one of us has that um how do I say it? That tendency of being angry for just no reason because you've already stressed yourself out. You might be going through bereavement. Maybe you lost your marriage or you lost a particular relationship or you lost business or you do crypto and you lost a lot of things. Sadness comes in or you, oh, I truly love this rejoice and I put the rejoice in the kind of expectation. Now rejoice disappointed me. Now I'm going to get angry with any other person I see for just no reason. And that's why I always say that I'm allergic to shout, screaming, and yelling. If people are fighting and screaming and talking all sort of stuff about themselves, I leave that environment where you know you are burnt out. And one of the best way to manage yourself is anything that trigger your you being aggressive, avoid it. If it is a food that you used to take that send that signal, wrong signal to your brain, stop it. Some people cannot they cannot even take one glass cup or whatever. Those who drink alcohol, red wine, they will begin to misbehave. Yeah, stop doing it. If you know your own is, if you're in an environment where people are shouting and screaming at themselves, leave that environment. Move, just take a break. Take a break. And if there's a kind of lifestyle that you have, that you know, this is, if I go to this particular place, by the time I spend 10, 20 minutes there, I begin to be negative in everything. I begin to scream at people every now and then. Then look for an environment that you know is conducive, that you are happy. When you get there, you can laugh, you can see people cracking jokes. Go to that environment. If you need to register in a gym, yeah, go for a walk in a park. Just take yourself on a coffee date. You can do solo date by yourself. Just go there, buy coffee, sit down, and begin to browse your phone. If you can listen to music, whatever music that you like listening to, put it on and be listening to it. Nobody is going to distract you. If you need to book a mini holiday just by yourself, book a mini holiday, go to somewhere that you know this is a quiet place. I just want to have my own picnic by myself. Yeah, you know how to manage that emotion. I cannot manage it for you because it is not a one cap fit all. The way I manage it's different from the way you manage yours. I remember when I was stressed one time like that, I have to go to a park and I lie down on the grass and I slept for 2 hours. By the time I woke up, my brain is refreshed and I can see things differently and I can move around differently. I register in a gym. I go for a gym. I go for a walk. I listen to music. I watch comedy on YouTube. I just begin to laugh. I listen to motivational speakers. I have my own favorite choices. I listen to messages. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm not saying all of you that are listening are Christian, but you have something that when you listen to it, it calms your nerves down. You don't have to be aggressive. I'm shouting and screaming and yelling people. A lot of people are suffering from post-COVID depression that they don't know the reason why they are doing what they are doing. After they have done that, they now regretting that I shouldn't have talked to Rejoice the way I talked to Rejoice. What come over me? This is not me. You don't allow circumstances of life to define who you are, despite how you have an ups and down. Despite you have that heartbreak. When you are bitter, you can be better. Those are the few things you can do. Then change your lifestyle. the food. Don't get yourself involved in eating pizza. It's either you are gaining weight or you are losing weight. Don't become fat and begin to get depressed. That's for me. That's my own recommendation.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Prince, for sharing that information. We're going to bring it back to the top to you, Eric. Do you have any suggestions? I know we are running out of time. Any last minute words of wisdom for the folks who are listening live today or will be listening to the recording later on? How does your well being impact your professional life? And what kind of suggestions do you want to give to others in terms of takeaway?
Honest, I think Prince covered a whole lot of it, and I concur and agree with him. Really, really. I mean, find your own peace, man. Right? I can't. Nobody can teach you to find your own peace. If you want to drink, drink. You want to get drunk, drunk. You know, whatever. But when you come back to work, make sure you're 100%. And I think communication is important. When you said about EQ, and Prince brought up a topic, an issue that EQ from leadership. You need to be observant and check in with your colleagues. Sometimes they are too shy to say it, or they don't know how to put it. So be proactive. Just check in with them. How are you doing? You don't look good. Something wrong? Talk to me. Encourage them to speak out, and then see what we can do about it. Right? It's the job of the manager and the leader to make sure everybody is all gel together and make sure everybody's not affected. You know, nothing toxic is going to move around and it's going to be contagious. You know, we don't need a pandemic in the workplace. Yeah, thanks, Prince. I mean, golden nuggets. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, for your last words. Prince, do you have any last words before we close? The mic is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for all the listeners, the speakers, my brother, Rejoice. Thank you for organizing the event. The only thing I will advise people is take care of your well-being, take care of yourself. Don't beat yourself too hard. If you have failed several times, there is still a better way ahead. Then one thing Eric made mention of is make yourself approachable and don't die in silence. Everybody cannot judge you. Yeah, you will find that person that will actually listening to you. Folks, please have a listening ear. Because some people, no matter how you say it, because they've been disappointed in the past, having discussed their matter with somebody, the next thing you are hearing the discussion somewhere else that they don't know anything about you, and that make a lot of people keep their mouth moved. I'll give you this story a little bit. I have a lot of stories. I have this when I used to work with one of the retail company. There's this staff in my team. I have it's about 60 staff that I managed that time, and she's always quiet, very hardworking. When everybody's going for breaks, she doesn't go for break. And I take time to study her, and I move closer to her. I work with her one-on-one, and I was trying to ask some questions, some personal questions. She opened up to me that she lost her marriage, and now she's fighting over the child custody, and she has felt suicidal like 1 or 2 times. And if she asks for a break, the manager then doesn't give her I want 3 days off. They don't give her. So I have to manage her, talk with her. When I was leaving the company, she was crying. She says she didn't know whether she will spend for the next 2 months in that company because I'm leaving. I only spent 6 months in that company, but I turned a lot of things all around. So we should be observant, like my brother Eric has said. Be observant when you see that, Rejoice, you are not in the right mood the way you used to be chatty and bubbling. Don't push it too much if they don't want to talk, right? And don't come from the judgmental angle. Be a active listener to what enemy. If somebody comes to you and said they are passing through something, don't jump into conclusion. Be listening to them. Yeah, yeah. Let them let it out. Because if you are cutting them short, they will not talk. Allow them to express themselves. I've been on the phone with a friend for 8 hours, non-stop, because it is the grass is not greener on the other side. But today is a testimony. Be an active listener and don't be judgmental. Somebody approach you, or you see that somebody has changed the way they do things, or their workload is too much, or they are being poorly in their performance. Move closer to them and see how you can offer help to support them and make them an human being first, humanity first. You may know it, but you don't know it all. Thank you. I'm done speaking.
Awesome. Thank you both for giving us the opportunity to hear you speak today and also learn a lot about your nuggets concerning how does your well-being impact your professional life. It's been a phenomenal discussion. Thank you, everybody. Also, thank you for our folks listening live. We appreciate you. And also the folks who are going to be listening later on today or at your own leisure time. Tomorrow is our final discussion. So please make sure you make it before Thanksgiving holiday in the US. I know most of us that are in the US, this is our holiday week. Please make it tomorrow. It's going to be our final conference discussion, and we look forward to meeting you. If you don't already know, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's You Matter Consulting. Thank you all and have a wonderful morning or afternoon, whichever time zone that you're in. Take care.